welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a demo video for the big My Heart of Thanksgiving event. This is the 6th annual My Heart of Thanksgiving event. It is hosted by Melissa, who is on YouTube and Instagram under pinkpaperpeppermints.com. And if you are not already on board to participate in the event this year, you should definitely check it out. If you go to pinkpaperpeppermints.com, you can get a starter kit. This is a gratitude journaling event. It lasts 4 weeks and it is just wonderful. It's fun. Last year was my first year to participate. There's a free calendar too when you get your starter kit. And the community, there's going to be a lot happening on the community and a lot happening on Instagram. So today we are doing our demo, but tomorrow morning we're starting week 1, and Melissa's going to do a YouTube premiere at 10 a.m. Central Standard, which is 8 a.m. my time, and I will be getting up early on a Saturday for that because it's totally worth it. Okay, everybody, I'm going to try to calm down just a little bit. So in this demo today, I am going to be showing you how I have been preparing for this year's My Heart of Thanksgiving by showing you the embellishment box that I made and giving you some little mini tutorials on how to make a few of the different items that are in here. This is my My Heart of Thanksgiving journal for this year. I'm going to do a reveal of this over in the community. So if you want to see that, you'll want to hop over in the community. And I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to do it. I'm almost done with it. But here's like a little sneak peek. I used a file folder to do the outside of the journal. I'll be showing you the rest of that at another time. But today is all about this fun embellishment box. So with the journaling event, it's nice to have on hand some things that you can add with your ephemera and your other items that you're going to be putting into your journal. And with this embellishment kit, I have used papers from pinkpaperpeppermints.com from the Heart and Home My Heart of Thanksgiving kit. And I love the papers, the greens, the blues, the craft color. There's so many fun papers, a lot of vintage papers, and it's just absolutely a gorgeous collection. And I've had a lot of fun making the embellishments in this box to get ready for it. Let me show you some of these things. Over here in this little slot, I have some paper ruffles, and for these, I printed the paper on just printer paper. I didn't use the heavier matte paper that I use for some things because the paper ruffles, I don't want them to be too bulky. That makes it difficult to put it through the machine. So these I printed on regular paper. So for all of these, I printed some things on regular paper and some things on the heavier paper, just depending on what it was. And here is some trim that I just made with scraps from when I made the journal. I had some scraps left. I tore them into smaller pieces and put them on masking tape, and then I ran it through the machine and got this really fun trim, which will look really nice on the edge of a page or two in my journal. Over here in this slot, I just have some tickets that I cut with my, I think it's Little Bee ticket punch. Over here I have some butterflies. I still have some more to cut, but I really needed to do this video, so I haven't finished everything in the box. And I did print some of the pretty papers on vellum, and I've been doing die cuts out of vellum too, which is another good idea. Over here in this little box, we have just hearts, and some of the hearts are made out of crepe paper. So what I did was made a crepe paper rosette, and then I die cut the hearts in this blush pink color and in this craft crepe paper color. And then these are some other die cut hearts just from punches or die cuts. And this heart is from Melissa's paper collection, and so is this heart, and I'll show you how to make this heart in a little bit if you're interested in that. These little rosettes are made from some of the pretty papers. They're when I made them thin enough that they won't be too bulky when I put them into my journal. And then we have some bows here. I have bows that I've made through different things. Like here's another bow. This one was with a die cut. These I made with an envelope punch board, and I'll show you how to do that in just a little bit. It's super easy. And then these are also die cuts. So just lots of fun little bows. I just can't imagine having a journal without a bow in it. Over here I have a lot of the die cuts from the ephemera in the collection that I just fussy cut, which is very, very fun and therapeutic. Oh, there's so much ephemera in this kit, you guys. Like, I think I heard Melissa say over 170 pieces, which is like her largest ephemera collection ever. These are little tiny die cut doilies. Oh, they're so cute. Some of the doilies I did in the heavier paper and some I did in the lighter paper. So, because I can use them for different things. Isn't that so pretty? Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, yeah, I'm standing up, making sure that I'm in frame for you guys. Okay, over here I have made some tassels, and I use those fringe cutting scissors to make the tassels. And this paper is the heavier paper, and I did it double-sided because I don't like to have the like white showing up on the tassel. But look at that paper, it's so pretty. It's so perfect for tassels. And this paper clips, those are paper clips inside there. While I was making them, I got this idea so that I don't bulk up my journal too much. I made these tassels, but I didn't put anything inside of them, so they're super flat, so I can staple them and add them to pages. And then I made some longer ones out of this vintage paper. And then this one also has a paper clip for hanging stuff. And then over here in this box, I have some more of the items that come with the collection. This was a stamp that I stamped on paper from the collection. It's a house, so heart and home. So I want to have a few houses and some hearts in my choices of my embellishments to work with. And then a lot of these are little tabs and word sayings and things like that. The word's not coming to me right now, but I'm sure all of you have the words in your brain right now, what I'm supposed to be saying. So say it for me, okay? So let's get started. Here, let's make one of these bows. So I used my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. I got this idea years ago from the channel that's called Septeria18. She's one of the YouTube gals that I like to watch. She has so many fun Happy Meal ideas, and Happy Meal is one of my things. So I need some more blue, so I'm going to be using blue. And what you'll do is you'll cut your paper to 1 inch by 7 inches. 1 inch by 7 inches. Sorry, I'm just really excited, everybody. I haven't done a lot of videos this year, and I've just been looking forward to this so much. Okay, so that's 1 by 7. And what you will do is you will punch at, I wrote the directions on my little template here. It says score, but it's punch. Punch at score line 1.5 and 3.5. So here's 1.5, 3.5, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing. 3.5, 1.5, and now I'm going to flip it and do 1.5 so that I have my 3 punches on both sides of this strip of paper. Okay. So it should look something like this. I think I may have gotten it just a little bit off because this seems longer than that one, but it'll still be a cute bow. Okay, and then to get your bow to be kind of tapered on the end there, you're going to eyeball it and then punch the end like that. Just kind of try to get in the middle, punch the end. There we go. Okay, it does help a little bit if you can use a score tool to, there we go, to round this just a little bit. It helps. It helps when you put it together. Okay, and then to make it, you're going to sort of assemble your bow like this, and I hot glue mine. but you could staple them or just use regular glue. So I press it together like that, and then I get my glue and just line it up right there in the middle, and then I hold this down for just a minute so that the glue can dry, and I have my bow made with and even though, see, even though the one side was a little bit longer, it's still not a bad bow. It's not that noticeable. And then when you add it to your project, you can put a nice brad here, or a jemmy, or a pom-pom, and you have a lovely bow. The next thing I wanted to show you, let's see, is, oh yeah, rosette. Is this little rosette. I like this size of rosette because it's really easy to fit in just about any kind of journal. So I'm going to get my paper cutter back out again. The rosette, I usually cut 3/4 of an inch, and I cut more than 6 but less than 8. It just kind of depends on my scrap. So I'm lining it up at 3/4 of an inch here. So it's just a small piece of paper. Then I score every 1/4 inch. I prefer to use this for scoring than this because I feel like it makes a better score. So I just score at, okay, here. It's kind of hard to score. I don't want my head to get in the way. Scoring at a 1/4 inch all the way down the length of the strip of paper. Oops, oh. And while I'm scoring, I hope everybody is having a good Friday. Oh, I tore it just a little bit, but that's okay because that can be the side that I glue. And I hope you all are preparing your hearts for this wonderful event. I was thinking about, while I've been getting ready to do the journaling, you know, we have to get our hearts ready for Thanksgiving too. Because Thanksgiving isn't just being thankful, but it's also having a heart that is prepared to be thankful. And a heart that's prepared to be thankful is a heart that isn't filled with bitterness or murmuring or complaining or discontentment. But you know, we really have to make room in our hearts for Thanksgiving. See how I tore that right there? So I'm just going to make that the center, and then it'll get covered when I put it, when I use it in the journal. Okay, so there, I did my scores. Now let's see which side. Yep, that's the good side. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the end of this one and bring the other end around. There it is. Let that dry just a little bit, and I'm going to need a circle, so I'm going to go ahead and cut one out of this pretty blue paper. Oh, anyway, I was saying we need to prepare our hearts, and being thankful isn't just about saying what you're thankful for, but a heart that's filled with thanksgiving is not filled with things that are the opposite of Thanksgiving. Does that make sense? I was really thinking about that because I've had a lot going on in my life lately, and it's tempting to be fearful, to be anxious, to be but to have mixed emotions. But I'm making an effort to make room for Thanksgiving in my heart and to replace fear or complaining or those types of things with Thanksgiving. The last thing I wanted to show you is how to make the trim for those hearts. So it's a crepe paper trim. This is about a foot long. And what I do is, I'm going to turn it because it's a little bit diagonal that way, is I take the bottom and I fold it under my thumb. and just pinch it. And I guess it's pleating. I pleat it. Is that the right term? I pinch it, I pleat it, I make a circle out of it. It does not have to be perfect. Although you can see I'm trying to make it look nice. I hope I'm not doing this too fast. If I slow down, then I'm not as good at it. So I'm basically using, with my left thumb, I'm holding the pleats, and with my right thumb, I'm making the pleats. Thumb and index finger. Okay. So I'm just gonna cut this little excess part off. Whoops, there goes my glue gun. I'm gonna use my tiny attacher to staple the middle, and I learned how to make these from Little Hot Tamale. She used to have a very active YouTube channel for Happy Mail. Okay, now it's a little wonky, but it's not gonna matter because you're going to be cutting most of that off anyway. So after you make this crepe paper rosette, you take your heart, glue it to the center, and then trim around it. Easy peasy, right? Yeah, easy peasy. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go this way. Oh, that's pretty. And you don't have to trim. And you can use any color you want. I could have used the craft colored crepe paper for this, but I like how the pink pops. And then you just trim around your heart, and you have a heart with crepe paper. I did sew the other heart, and I will be sewing this one before I put it back in the embellishment box. Ta-da! I sure hope you ladies enjoyed this demo and maybe got some inspiration for your My Heart of Thanksgiving event this year. Please be sure to tune in tomorrow morning YouTube premiere with Melissa, kicking off week 1 of My Heart of Thanksgiving. And as we get ready to go here, let me say a quick prayer. Lord, I pray that as we get ready for this season of Thanksgiving, that we will make room in our hearts for gratitude towards you, Lord, that we will be content in every circumstances, that we will be anxious for nothing, but that we will just make our requests known to you, Lord, and be very intentional about having room in our hearts for the attitudes that please you, and to rid our hearts of the attitudes that block out thankfulness and gratitude. And I ask, Lord, that as we enjoy one another's fellowship this season, that everything we say and do will be a glory to you, Lord, and an encouragement and edification to one another. In your name I pray. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.